Good morning. Yes. To the people coming in, also a good morning. Yes. This looks really beautiful. The library. For many, a second home, right? A place to flourish, to lose yourself and even find yourself in the stories of others. Stories that maybe surprise you, sometimes frighten you, sometimes enlighten you, stories that motivate. With at its core, two of the most important things in this life: wisdom and growth. We all are a part of a worldwide society that doesn't judge by cover, but by substance. And the vital importance of that fact is even more crucially relevant than ever, right? J.K. Rowling once said, "When in doubt, go to your library." These are our safe havens, our story storages, the houses of the griots. Keep in mind, you guys are the keepers of the original Google, right? Yes, this is true. And it's up to us to cherish and forward this knowledge for generations to come, the generations after us. The library is one of the few worldwide establishments that still serve truth and honesty without judgment, without filters, without concessions, truly uniting cultures through literature and information. Well, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jermaine Berkhout, and I'm mostly a host and MC for festivals, big cultural events, but I also do a lot of events like these, and it's my honor to be here with you today. Besides that, I'm also an actor, a voice actor sometimes, because I have a very deep voice. And I make music for campaigns. I'm a sound designer. And occasionally, I'm a model, as you probably all can tell by my stunning appearance, right? Right? Thank you. But today is not about me, no, not at all. It's about all of you. We have some special guests also in the building today. I would like you all please to rise and stand up and help me in welcoming our VIPs and especially our royalty, Her Royal Highness, Princess Laurentien of the Netherlands. Welcome. Thank you for being here. You can all sit down again. Yes. Good job, everybody. I'm proud of you. We did that on cue. That was perfect. Well, it's not about me today. It's about all of you who make a difference on the daily. And I already said it, but I'm going to say it again. It's an absolute honor to be hosting here for you guys today the 88th Annual IFLA World Library and Information Congress. And welcome you all to the Netherlands. Yes. And the beautiful city of Rotterdam. We have an awesome program lined up for you today and this whole week, and I hope we can agree on one thing, a simple fact. Whatever happens, enjoy yourself. Have a little fun, okay? Can we agree on that, people? Yes, right? It's important to do so, right? Well, good. Today will be our grand kickoff as we set the bar for this year's Congress, and we hope to motivate, to inspire, and to energize. Let's work together. Let's library. Yes. Well, we can start our show officially, and I would like to ask to the stage our first guest, our first speaker. He's a true force of progress for all things concerning education, culture, and events in this city. Someone who is seriously involved with our community and the going on in the community. You can regularly find him opening or even attending events or gatherings because he's an awesome guy. And that's what awesome men do. Here to officially welcome you to the city of Rotterdam on behalf of the city of Rotterdam and our mayor, make some noise for Vice Mayor Mr. Said Kasmi.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, what an energy, Jermaine. Thank you for the warm words. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, welcome to Rotterdam, welcome to Ahoy, and welcome to the 2023 World Library and Information Conference. It's great to see so many professional and librarians coming together in our city. But first, I would like to extend an extra warm welcome to Her Royal Highness Princess Laurentien, who for many years has been an avid advocate for literacy, reading, and writing. And the same goes for our Minister of Education, Mr. Robert Dijkgraaf, and the State Secretary for Culture and Media, Mrs. Gunay Uslu. It's an honor to have you all here today. It also underlines the magnitude of this conference. With thousands of attendees from all over the world and dozens of keynote speakers and sessions, we are all about to enter the heart and soul of libraries and being a librarian. This year's conference slogan is, "Let's work together, let's library." It means you'll be focusing on finding new paths and ways for a more inclusive society. A society where there is room for personal growth, a society with easy access to culture, art, and information. A society that encourages people of all ages to read and write. Or in short, a society where you can flourish in all possible ways. In such a society, libraries are the heart, soul, body, and mind. That I can tell. As the son of parents who can neither read or write, the only time I ever set foot in a library was with school. Living in two separate worlds, at home in the Moroccan world, and at school and on the street in the Dutch one. I went to the library looking for answers. It was books that got me thinking, and it was books that helped me find my way in life. So for me, it's like our bid book for this event said, "A life without books is unlivable." I wholeheartedly endorse this quote from Erasmus, and I'm confident that during your stay, you'll see a lot more from this great thinker and philosopher from Rotterdam. His teachings ring out in our amazingly diverse city. A city that has reinvented itself time and time again. Yes, our port is still the powerhouse of this town, but we are also rapidly becoming a hub for knowledge and innovation. Both the Erasmus University and the Erasmus Hospital are renowned institutions in the world. Next to that, we have an impressive 21 libraries that reach right into the very capillaries of our city. They are the cornerstones for creating equal chances for all. And I'm sure that all of you here, wherever you are from, feel the same way. So I thank you for being here and taking the effort to come to this conference. I also want to thank the International Federations of Library Associations and Institutions, and of course, the organization of this Congress. I wish you all a truly inspiring and uplifting event. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much, Vice Mayor Kasmi. Yes. For this beautiful opening speech and welcoming message. Good. You will probably all know this next speaker. She has led the Bremen Public Libraries for 30 years and has been involved with IFLA for over 20 years. She's fighting the good fight when it comes to open access and fair copyright. She's committed to library policy, advocacy, marketing, and governance issues. Can I please get a big round of applause for your fearless leader and IFLA president, Miss Barbara Lison.
Thank you very much, and welcome to the 88th General Conference and Assembly, or as we know it better, the IFLA World Library and Information Congress, and even shorter, IFLA 2023. And now this is here in Rotterdam. Thank you very much that you are here, and a special thank you and welcome to our esteemed guests, Her Royal Highness Princess Laurentien of the Netherlands, Minister Dijkgraaf, Secretary of State Oesloe, and Vice Mayor Kasmi. Thank you very much for the speech. And of course, dear Theo, Chair of the Dutch National Committee, and thanks to your amazing team. This event is the culmination of many years of work, of a huge investment of energy, insight, and enthusiasm. It is not for nothing that we talk about the WLIC as the most international event and, may I say so, the most prominent event on the library calendar. The theme identified by our amazing Dutch hosts for this year is Let's Library. Now you might ask yourself, and me as well, where this comes from. And this is an explanation I got from my Dutch colleagues. It is a particular characteristic of the Dutch language to turn nouns into verbs. For example, you don't do sport, you sport. You don't play football, you football. And given this, the theme of the conference, Let's Library, makes a complete sense. So one of the first takeaways from this Congress, for us and for me as well, is that in Dutch, library can be a verb as much as can be a noun. But what does it mean to library? This surely is hard to define because it is so difficult to quantify and enumerate all the good things that libraries are doing. Just look at the program for this Congress and you will see what I mean. In libraries, through libraries, and because of libraries, there is so much going on, so much happening, so much achieved. For me, it is evident that this breadth, this diversity of roles and activities, diversity of people, of contexts, really makes us what we are and who we are. After all, for so many people, libraries have always been a portal to the world. We have just heard that from the Vice Mayor. A place for creation, for conversation, for imagination, and a place for development. By opening to the world, we also open to the future. We collect, we safeguard, and give access to in the widest possible sense to knowledge that can change lives in the widest possible meaning. And while this breadth of services makes it hard to clearly define us, it is also what enables us to such a comprehensive, such a deep impact on sustainability. Thus, we also contribute to ensure the sustainability of our communities, of sustainability of the planet, even this. Therefore, in my opinion, WLIC describes in the shortest way possible our work to deliver access to knowledge to make a positive difference. How now does librarying, that's a word we have to learn, librarying looks like in the context of what we are going to do and to experience over the next 4 days here at the Congress, with well over 230 sessions, meetings, and many more. Indeed, many of you have already started WLIC and have been experiencing this activity since last Thursday at 25 satellite meetings, by the way, the joint highest number we have ever had. WLIC, may it be here at the Congress or when you're back home again, also is a chance to step out of our own contexts, to understand how others see the world, how they address and overcome the challenges they face, and to gain insights that then we can adapt and apply. WLIC is as well about celebrating both our differences and about what we share, with increasing our positive impact on society at the common focus. For a very few more days, I am still president of IFLA before handing over to my great colleague from Australia, Vicky MacDonald. Looking back at the last 2 years, I see that there have been low points as well as high points in the last IFLA governance term. Nonetheless, through the opportunities I have had to meet, to talk, to work with you, I was able to contribute to ensuring that our field is strong and remains strong, that we are resilient, that we have common commitment to making society and societies better, stronger, more sustainable. With that, I want to thank once again our excellent National Committee, and in particular, again, Theo Kemperman as their chair. I want to thank the members of our units, professional, regional, and advisory, who have built this program. To thank Sharon Memes, Helen Mandel, and all the IFLA team. And now, let's library.
Thank you so much, Ms. Barbara Lison. One more time for Ms. Barbara Lison as she returns to her seat. Yes, such a beautiful day. So beautiful to see all of you, so many different faces, so from many different places. Awesome. And this is a grand opening, right? So to expect something grand is not that far-fetched. And we can't have you visiting our beautiful city of Rotterdam without sharing some cultural highlights and some delights with you before you leave, right? It's time to dance, ladies and gentlemen. Well, you can stay in your seats, it's okay. Not you, of course, but for the Connie Janssen Dance Company performing here in a minute. The company has almost over 30 years of experience and expertise in creating the most breathtaking and heartbreaking performances and giving young people a platform from all different types and sorts of disciplines to grow and develop their talents on the highest level. truly a staple in the world of dance. Yes, strap your seatbelts, please, ladies and gentlemen, because we are about to take you on a journey of movement and rhythm. Here to serve you a little piece of their show, Framed Window on the City, IFLA. Make some noise as loud as you can for Connie Janse Dunst. Yes. Connie Janssen danced, everybody. They'll be back in a few seconds, in a few minutes later in the other half of our show to give us a second piece of their show. How y'all feeling? That was a little, that was weird. How are you feeling? Okay, yes, that's more how it sounds in Rotterdam, yes. Thank you. Our next guest has a PhD in cultural history. She did her thesis on Homer, Troy, and the Turks' heritage and identity in the late Ottoman Empire from 1870 till 1915. And that's very specific, yes, specific information. And as our current State Secretary for Culture and Media, she's heavily involved in the country's policies surrounding, for example, journalism, archiving, and our library policies. Please, a warm welcome to the State Secretary of Culture and Media, Ms. Gunay Uslu. Yes.
Okay, this is impressing. So many people, and we all love libraries, and we all believe in libraries. That's very impressive. Thank you. I'm very happy to be here. So, the library changed me forever. Murat Işık. And then, sorry. Yes, it works. As a child, when I was going to the library and my mother asked me where I was going, I would always reply, to heaven, mother, to Jannah. Mano Buzamur. If it weren't for libraries, I'd be a different person. Lale Gül. Now it doesn't work. Let's see. Yes, Lale Gül. These are quotes from 3 well-known Dutch writers. At a young age, they discovered the library, and in those cathedrals of knowledge, they discovered a wealth of stories. Shelves full of books, a view of the world through somebody else's eyes, just through the simple act of reading. You could take a tour of the chocolate factory with Charlie, go on an epic adventure with Frodo, Sam, and Gollum, or stand alongside the Greek hero Achilles. At a young age, these 3 writers, 3 authors, like so many other young people, discovered what libraries have to offer. They expanded their horizons and improved their knowledge of the Dutch language. Now in 2023, there are so many things you can do at your local library. It's a place where you can lose yourself in a book, watch a movie or a play, take a part in a debate or follow a course. You can ask for help filling a complicated government form, find a quiet corner to study, or just stop by for a cup of coffee or tea. Libraries are places where you can grow and develop, where knowledge, stories, and different perspectives are within easy reach. A library is a society in a miniature. Whether you live in Rotterdam, Paris, or Melbourne, at your local library you will meet people who you might otherwise never encounter, which makes your world a little bit bigger. Libraries are for everybody, and that makes them so important today. These days, we all live inside our own bubble. Mistrust, contradictions, division, all make our bubbles smaller and smaller. But at the library, we can find depth, we can find connection. ways to expand our worldview. Let those bubbles grow and perhaps even break out of them. Libraries facilitate dialogue and bring people together. A library is also a bit like a hotel lobby. People come and go, and as you're sitting there, it feels a bit like going on a journey. It's a comfortable environment, but one that also makes you eager to learn about new worlds, new insights, and the lives and cultures of other people. And library professionals, so you make sure that the visitors can go on these journeys. You pack their suitcases full of knowledge. And in my view, people should be able to go anywhere and everywhere, free to take any path they want, to any destination, having access to all different points of view. The British writer and Nobel Prize winner Doris Lessing put it so fittingly. With a library, you are free, not confined by temporary political climates. It is the most democratic of institutions because no one at all can tell you what to read and when and how. Everybody deserves that freedom to learn and gain deeper insights. And that begins with a properly resourced and equipped local library. That's why we are going to invest more in our Dutch libraries and reopen branches that have been closed, and we'll also ensure that existing libraries can keep their collections in shape, organize cultural and educational activities, and employ more staff, or get extended opening hours. This is how we intend to preserve and strengthen our libraries. There are plenty of wonderful libraries in the Netherlands. Just take a look in Amsterdam, in Tilburg, or in Zwolle, or here in Rotterdam. So this is the perfect place to hold this conference, because it's also the birthplace of the humanist scholar Erasmus, who in the 15th century, was already convinced of the power of education, the power of learning and discovery. We find his words here in Rotterdam, but also near my office in The Hague. There, on the side of a flyover, are the words, "A life without books is unlivable." And I would like to add, a world without libraries is unlivable. So please continue your beautiful, your wonderful, your important, valuable work and help our libraries flourish even more. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes. You can keep clapping for Ms. Gunaya Huslu, our State Secretary of Culture and Media. I love the earrings, by the way. I saw those. Those are really nice. Yes, as we proceed, our next speaker, very important as well. As Minister of Education, Culture and Science and a former scientist and professor of physics teaching at the University of Amsterdam, who better to have a conversation with and ask some questions about the connections and the dynamics and the changes and everything that goes on in the library and information game, right? Yes. Then our next guest, the former director of the Institute for Advanced Studies of Princeton University and the Minister of Education, Culture and Science, Mr. Robert Dijkgraaf. Yes.
Hello, good to see you.
Hello, good to see you as well. Yes, yes, thank you for being here. Yeah, I would like to talk to you. We have a couple questions prepared. You can sit down if you would like. Yes? No, I would prefer to stand. Keep the blood flowing in the, you know? Yes. How are you, first of all?
Well, it's amazing to be here, and with such a huge audience, and everybody clearly a lover of books, a love of scholarship. So I feel really at home here. Yeah,
Good,
in many
good to-
ways.
Good to hear that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, you're an internationally celebrated scholar and a very popular speaker, I've been told also. And worldwide, you've worked in and with various big libraries. And what do you think is the core thing that connects library and information specialists internationally?
Well, and my background is in particle physics, and we build these huge accelerators, smashing atoms. And I feel libraries are the original large research infrastructure. You accelerate ideas, you smash point of views, and it's the instrument for scholars around the world. And they can only, books and libraries can only have their role because they are continuously in connection. Books and ideas circulate faster than people. And so not only do you get a view of your own culture, your own country, but I think through the library you connect to this international community. And it's wonderful that we saw just Erasmus. He is a good example how he traveled around the world, how knowledge is the great connector between people.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. They all agree, obviously, also. Yeah. What do you think is the most important role of the library and information sector during all these major societal changes we see going on in the world?
Well, it's true that we go through huge changes, and I think we live in a world where there is an incredible amount of data. And sometimes you say you have these levels. You have data, and then you have information, and then you have knowledge, and then in the end you have wisdom. And we are in a time where there is just an incredible amount of data, much more than all of we can process. And I think, in this abundance of information, what is really, the resource that's really rare is attention. So I think we need libraries and all the librarians and all the information scientists and scholars to somehow, distill the relevant knowledge and wisdom out of this incredible amount of data that's growing faster than anything else in the world. And I'm by heart an optimist, so I feel we can go through these huge changes and transition, but our secret weapon is our knowledge. And therefore we need libraries, because they're also the point where this is being shaped in a form that actually also scientists and scholars can actually work with that information. So it's a great need, I think, for our future.
Beautiful, yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful. I love the part that you say you're a positive person, always first. I like that. Yeah, this is important, right? It's important to see things for what they are and stay positive in that.
I think all of you are optimists, because you're not work in the world of libraries, etc., if you don't feel that you can change people's lives. And I think we have already heard
Beautiful.
there's no more effective way to change a person than to share an idea, to share a dream, to share an experience that you haven't had. And I think people can only grow, and I think that's why we're in this business. Yeah.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful. And I'm curious to know, what role do you see for the information specialist and library people to bridge a gap between science and society?
Well, I think that's a really good point, because science and scholarship, by definition, it always digs deeper. So in some sense, it's also more complicated to understand. So you could say that now knowledge is kind of disappearing because it becomes so technical, it's so far advanced. On the other hand, it will play a more and more important role in our lives. I noticed even like in the Dutch cabinet, we often discuss very technical issues and where we need big reports and technical data. So I think there's this paradox that information is sometimes very hard to grasp, but it's incredibly important for our lives. And a nightmare scenario would be that we are completely controlled by it, but nobody understands what's going on. So we need to bridge that knowledge gap. And I think, and it has already been said, very elegantly, libraries are often the first point of entry. It's, I think we all share that experience, particularly where you're young. You come into a world, you didn't know that the world was that large.
Yeah.
You didn't know. And so I think we need to build those bridges between the knowledge and information that will be key to our future, but also, to society at large. And, you see so many forces that are polarizing the world, that, making the inequalities larger. And I think, libraries are one of the few positive forces that actually close that gap, build bridges. And it's not only, I think, the infrastructure and the books, etc. I think it's actually the people. My guess would be in the future, a library is much more about the librarians, the scholars that work there, the information specialists that actually help people to cross that bridge. Because it's, I think it's more and more, if you want to build a bridge, you need, many different pillars to go there. And I think, we need to build various mechanisms by which people are carried forward and understand this, this huge sea of information that is growing. And I think actually that's where libraries play an important role.
Yes,
Yeah.
beautiful. They do. I fully agree with the fact that you say that the people make the difference inside of the library. A friend of mine once said, the libraries are the embassies of the world, for the world. So people of all
That's
places
beautiful.
come together
Yes.
there, yeah.
So we have 3,000 ambassadors here.
Yes, we do, yes, we do.
Yes.
My last question. The theme of this whole entire Congress, of course, is let's work together, let's library.
Yes.
What would you like to see all our participants work on together? And what partners do you think will be needed to do so?
I must say, I love the motto, to make it into a verb.
Right.
And then perhaps some of you have seen the movie The Martian, and Matt Damon is there, and he's all alone in Mars. And then at some point he says, I have to science the ... out of this.
Yeah.
And so I think it's the ultimate compliment if your thing becomes a verb. Because it means it's an activity. It's moving. It's in progress, and it's human beings who are doing this. And so I would say, the most important thing is to take this age-old concept of a library, which I would say, we all say, well, they're with us forever. But things that are with us forever have always to evolve, to transform, to find a new life. And exactly that power of libraries is which give them their staying power. They go back millennia. And there are very few things that stay with us forever. I think books will, libraries will, but I think particularly, the people who love the books will stay with us. But I think the big challenge is to, in some sense, keep reinventing yourself. And I think, if the world is in great need of great libraries, great librarians, and of course, all the people who want to come and read and enjoy all the wonders of the world.
Yes. Yes, awesome, beautiful, thank you. Keep up the good work.
You too.
I can say
Okay,
thank you, I will. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Robert Dijkgraaf, Minister of Education, Culture and Science. And trust me, we will library the ... out of it this whole week and the rest of existence. Thank you very much. It's an honor to bring this man to the stage. I already start laughing because I love this man so much. Oh, no, sorry, no. We're gonna do that after this. Is that okay? We're gonna switch things up a little. Okay. Coming back to the stage for the second half of their awesome performance, give it up one more time as loud as you can for Connie Jansen-Danst. Yes. Thank you again, guys. Thank you. Good job. Awesome. One more time, please. I know you will be clapping a lot today for Connie Jansen Danst. If you ever have the chance and visit the city of Rotterdam in your own time, maybe good to go check them out. Trust me, you won't regret that. Thank me later. All right, this is a fun moment for me because I really love this man. He's an awesome guy as well, and it's an honor for me to ask him to the stage and have you welcome him all. In the last few weeks, we had a lot of meetings, a lot of back and forth about everything for this Congress. And I feel like I got to know him a little, and I can call him my friend today. He's a doctor in philosophy, and evolutionary biology. He is the director of the Public Library System of Rotterdam and also the chair of the Dutch National Committee for the IFLA WLIC in Rotterdam. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage, please make some noise for the one and only Theo Kemperman!
That doesn't happen every day. Distinguished guests, it is truly a delight to see such a remarkable gathering today. We are honored to have over 3,000 attendees from 150 countries gracing this venue, and we're equally thrilled to welcome the many hundreds more who have joined us virtually. Speaking on behalf of the National Committee, I extend a heartfelt welcome to each and every one of you. Welcome to the Netherlands, welcome to the vibrant city of Rotterdam, and welcome amongst the community of dedicated librarians here and throughout the Netherlands. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to all those who have been involved in the preparations of this Congress. The incredible number of individuals who have dedicated their time and energy to this endeavor is truly awe-inspiring. My colleagues at the National Committee, along with the numerous individuals associated with the institutions we represent, are dedicated to showcasing the best that Rotterdam and the Netherlands have to offer. We are doing all we can to ensure that this Congress will be an enriching, memorable experience for all. We also extend our sincere appreciation to the distinguished speakers who contribute their valuable insights today, as well as a heartfelt thank you to the 350 volunteers who make this Congress possible. Yes. Just as you are eagerly anticipating a week filled with networking, experiences, and reconnections with colleagues from around the world, we too are excited to hear your stories. Here in the Netherlands, we take pride in our library laws, institutions, network partners, and the unique support we receive from our local, regional, and also national government. The ongoing support is vital, especially in our rapidly changing world, where unforeseen challenges affect individuals' personal development. We are continuously striving to find the best strategies and effective solutions to empower people to engage in society, actively, consciously, and critically. These strategies center around activities involving language, education, culture, and society that give people access to and arm them with reliable knowledge and information. However, there is much more to our mission and to our role than that. This Congress is precisely designed to delve deep into the critical matters that define our role, no matter where we are and our users may be located. It serves to unite us, making the world at once both smaller and better. To achieve this, it's essential that everyone feels at home within this shared space, transcending any barriers or boundaries. This sentiment echoes the beliefs of Erasmus, the renowned citizen of Rotterdam, whose famous adage, the whole world is my homeland, and is inscribed on the Central Library's facade. This idea resonates with the values of our city. Erasmus also understood the particular significance of books, as we just learned, a sentiment that we certainly share. From the very outset, sustainability was identified as a top priority by our National Committee, and we allocated the necessary resources accordingly. Thankfully, IFLA and the dedicated organizers, led by KIT, embraced this vision. As a result, substantial investments were made to create a hybrid congress, enabling hundreds of participants to engage via live stream. This inclusivity is further enhanced through hubs on all continents, where WLIC ambassadors will conduct interactive sessions tailored to different time zones. Furthermore, we have introduced brain dates, providing a platform for individuals to engage in thoughtful discussions and collaborations on important topics, regardless of their location. Additionally, our carbon footprint challenge encourages us all to match our actions with our words, promoting sustainable practices. These are to be recurring themes during future WLICs. All of these initiatives require significant efforts, even personal sacrifices from each of us. Our commitment to learning and adapting to changing needs of communities remains unwavering. And as we achieve our ambitions, it is crucial that we convey to our politicians and to all the other stakeholders around us just how indispensable we are for the future of our communities and the world at large. The importance of libraries equipped with the latest tools and infrastructure cannot be overstated. We are an essential force and the world relies on us. In turn, we rely on one another. We have much to celebrate, to learn, and to share. This is the essence of WLIC, and please enjoy every moment of it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Theo Kemperman. Yes. Right. The next speaker on this stage, I've had the honor to meet a couple days prior to our Congress and in preparation, of course, of this beautiful Congress. A lovely woman, and as State General of IFLA, her role is to manage the daily operations of IFLA headquarters, to maintain the relationship of IFLA members and partners, and to work together with the governing board on the strategic directions and goals for the Federation. May I please have a big round of applause for your Secretary General, Ms. Sharon Memis.
Thank you. And really, after so many welcomes, a welcome from me, as Secretary General, really to our esteemed guests, Her Royal Highness Princess Laurentien of the Netherlands, Minister Dijkgraaf, Secretary of State Uslu, and Vice Mayor Kasmi. So this is my first World Library and Information Congress, and I'm absolutely delighted to be here. But I'm sure that there are many more newcomers here, And so that I don't feel entirely alone, it would be good to see who else is a newcomer. So please raise your hands if you are a newcomer. Yes, quite a few. Right. And any old hands, spot the newcomers and help them, including me, please. I was told by the director of a national library that he found his first Congress overwhelming. And this is the director of a very big national library. So what I actually feel is more awe. And Jermaine's been using the word awesome a lot, and I think it encapsulates what I feel. I'm just in awe at all the work that has been done to bring us to this point over 6 years, and not the easiest of years. I'm absolutely in awe of the commitment, skill, the good humor of our National Committee, and in particular, the absolutely awesome Theo Kemperman, who is amazing. Or at the talent of the Connie Janssen Dance Company. I thought they were absolutely amazing. The Dutch do contemporary dance just so fantastically. I'm in awe at the creativity, the dedication, and the sheer knowledge of our units who've put together the backbone of our program here. And I'm absolutely in awe every single day at the outstanding team that I have the great good fortune to lead at the IFLA headquarters. They serve you so well, and they inspire me every day. So thank you to the brilliant team. And I'm in awe at all of you for being here. And I know often at huge financial sacrifice. Thank you for making the effort, because without you, it wouldn't be the same. Thank you. So I feel immensely privileged to have been appointed Secretary General of this extraordinary federation. And what do I hope to contribute, given that, unlike you, I don't have decades of engagement with IFLA. My career has been in international cultural relations. I've been working at building strong international relations of trust, understanding, and friendship across cultures, between people, through the arts, education, and libraries, with people, whatever their beliefs, whoever their governments are, wherever they're from. It means listening, not telling, and it's about finding common ground so everybody wins. And the word international in our name should not be used lightly. It implies a different way of thinking, of relating, of learning, if we are to deliver for libraries everywhere. Diversity is a huge strength, but it's not always easy. And of course, so many of you here, you know that through your work. But we also need to embrace this, I think, at an organizational level. And that's my responsibility, and where I hope I can make a difference, supported by my team, and I hope by you. To find a way to really fulfill our vocation as a truly global organization without giving up on the values that drive us every day. And what brought me to IFLA is that firm belief that libraries have that potential, that they can transcend politics and unite people and cultures in a way that very little else can do, apart from, I think, dance, music, and the arts can so often. And we're already doing just such amazing work. This year, for the first time, over half of the countries publishing voluntary national reviews of implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals referenced libraries. And that's almost 10 points higher than ever before. That is extraordinary. We continue to produce world-class standards, reports, and conference programming. We at IFLA are also diversifying our funding streams with projects supported by the Arcadia Fund, the European Commission, to name just two, while still benefiting from the huge generosity of the Gates Foundation through our work with the extraordinary and amazing SIGL, the Stichting IFLA Global Libraries, and I thank them. So I want us to be collectively ambitious, to consolidate our place as a key stakeholder in international spaces, to ensure that IFLA, that libraries are seen in new ways and as valued partners, essential partners for projects and initiatives across the full range of policy areas, to approach our second century with the optimism, knowledge, and skills to reassert the place, the necessity of libraries in any society that seeks to develop sustainably. And for how to do this, we of course need the collective, and that's you. And so I can say this to you now, I really want, I need to hear from you, to talk with you, to listen to you, to hear your perspectives, your ideas, your priorities, not just as I start in my role, but throughout my time as Secretary General. I have a responsibility to listen, really listen. This is essential for us to be, I think, a truly successful international federation. And with a conference today and over the next 4 days, I and you have the most wonderful opportunity to do just that. So thank you, Theo, National Committee, all for making this happen. And tot zo, talk to you soon, and enjoy. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Sharon Memis. Right. And now, the moment we have all been waiting for, or at least I have been for a few weeks now. I've been very nervous. I've hosted in front of 20,000 of people. But this was so nerve-wracking. I'm very looking forward to doing this right now. And I hope you all are with me. Are you with me still? Okay, good. Among many things in her very busy schedule, she founded the Missing Chapter Foundation, which advocates dialogue between decision makers and our youth. She's responsible for creating the Read and Write Foundation, and they work closely with all of our libraries to overcome low literacy in the Netherlands. She is also, of many things, the honorary chair for the Association of Public Libraries of the Netherlands. It is an absolute honor to have this conversation with her today and welcome her to the stage. Can I please have a major applause for Her Royal Highness, Princess Laurentien of the Netherlands. Yes. Is it okay if I give you a hand, Your Royal Highness? Yes?
Wow.
Wow.
If only every Monday morning could be like this. You make everybody feel just wonderful. The ministers, the state secretaries, the aldermen, the wonderful IFLA people, and me. Thank you.
Nice. Thank you.
Yes.
It will be funny at the breakfast table. All right. Actually, I have one question for you, and it's very simple. You have a lot of expertise, Your Royal Highness, in the community, in the library sector. And with this specific expertise, would you mind to elaborate or reflect on the future of the library community and maybe the library itself?
I will, with pleasure. Thank you. Thank you. And breathe, and it's totally fine. I don't bite.
Okay.
Thank you. I just want to share a few thoughts. And I feel like I'm really serious about this Monday morning sitting here and doing what I love best. And it's dance, it's listening, much more than speaking actually, and it is to be amongst you who have such love for language and words. And I'll come back to that. And I just want to reflect on a few things and also a few things that were said by the previous speakers. And I want to come back to the point of working together. We had a wonderful new verb of to library, but it's also about the working together. And what comes to mind is the remarkable author. She was a 22-year-old. Her name was Marina Keegan, and she graduated magna cum laude in 2012 in Yale University, and she had an unbelievable address called The Opposite of Loneliness, and she died tragically after addressing the opening of the academic year a few days later, after she shared this address on the opposite of loneliness. And when I think of libraries, and when I think of the future of libraries, it's really this notion of the opposite of loneliness. So I want to, while I was scribbling away, listening to the other speakers, I thought of this. And I just want to share, for those of you who don't know, probably all of you know the quote, but I'll say it anyway. The quote of what is the opposite of loneliness? It is not quite love, and it's not quite community. It's just this feeling that there are people, an abundance of people, who are in this together, who are on your team. So the opposite of loneliness is not togetherness, but it is this deeper sense of belonging that I think that all of the speakers talked about. And for me, that is why we need libraries. And the dance we saw was really, I think, about this sense of belonging in a very strange world sometimes. I didn't hear the word digital many times, but maybe we live in a transition where we talk about digital. Digital is our lives, but in the end, it is connectivity that we really want. And the safe spaces that libraries provide are more important than ever before. I am so proud in the Netherlands that we have the Minister and the Undersecretary of State for Culture, who are so dedicated to the physical infrastructure of libraries, no matter about the amazing work that you do on the digitalization of data and of wisdom and of knowledge. But the physical connections, I think, over the last 10 years that I've been involved, for many more years, but I fortunately have seen that the physical space that libraries provide are actually what people need. We are people, not machines. And so I hope, going forward, and then I'll conclude, that we continue to invest in that. And Theo asked me and asked you mentioned the word critical notion. If anything, any system, including the library system, is at the risk of becoming an ivory tower. And if there's anything we don't need in society at this point, it is ivory towers. It is ultimately the connection between the top-down and the bottom-up. And somewhere in the middle, you need a safe space of connecting. So if anything, please, there are in society, the danger of becoming an ivory tower is that you feel, you as individual librarians and as the library sector, that you need to be the one connecting and drawing in all the different individuals that you want to reach. Please do not forget that there are, in any society, in their own way, lots of different organizations who are in the communities, who are working with people, who are the trusted people of the individuals that you want to draw into the libraries. Work with them. They are multipliers that you don't have to do all that work, that you can stick with your excellence and your specialization, but that there's a whole ecosystem in the Netherlands, in all the other countries, who you can tap into. And so, to come back to the theme of this conference, let's work together, let's library. I hope that working together in this deeper sense of the opposite of loneliness, is really also about tapping into the ecosystems that exist in society. And I believe, and I love the quote and the fact that our Undersecretary of State talked about that a world without libraries is unlivable. You make that happen with all your expertise, your shyness, but also your amazing passion. Please, I hope that when you leave the Netherlands after the next few days, you feel energized, you feel recognized, and you will feel seen as the individuals who have an amazing contribution in a crazy world we live in. But we have no other role than to take that duty and make it a shared, livable world. So thank you for being here, and I'm so proud of all of the work that you do, and I'm sure I speak on behalf of everyone preceding me this morning. Thank you.
Thank you. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. If you would be so kind to stay on stage with us, Your Royal Highness, because we would like to officially open the Congress. And we're going to need a few people back on stage to do so. I would like to invite back to the stage the IFLA President, Ms. Barbara Lizon. Yes. And Ms. Sharon Memis and Mr. Theo Kemperman. They're bringing it out. Yes, there it comes. We're going to open the Congress officially with a beautiful big book. And it actually symbolizes, I think, also opening a new chapter, right? Turning a page, I guess, is also a beautiful symbolism of this, this official moment. Yes. Beautiful. Well, as we stand there before this beautiful opening, maybe Ms. Lizon, would you like to say a few words also?
Oh, yes, I'm so overwhelmed by all the words that I heard. And well, my heart is so full of appreciation, by your appreciation, because what we do, and you used the word, Your Royal Highness, you used the word shyness. And the shyness is something which we have to overcome. And you are helping us that we are overcoming our natural shyness, our ways of being, we doing good, but we don't tell so much about it. But I think that is so important that we continue telling and even increasing the range of telling. And you helped us with this. Thank you so much.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
So I think,
yes.
Sorry, this is not in the script, but I pick up on your energy, and just picking that up, we cannot sit here and be quiet while we're doing the opening of this conference. So at least stamp your feet and forget about the shyness.
Agreed. Agreed. Here we go. Yes! The World Library and Information Congress of 2023 has officially...
And I herewith open the 88th IFLA World Library and Information Congress 2023 in Rotterdam. Yeah!
Yes, beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you all very much.
Thank you so much.
Yes. We'll have a moment for the photos with these four beautiful human beings. I like this. Maybe for the next year you can ask Your Royal Highness to do the emceeing, because she has some talent. That's wow. I like this. Thank you very much. Would you please mind to stay standing up as we say farewell also to our VIPs, and especially to our Royal Highness, Her Royal Highness Princess Laurentien. Yes. Beautiful. Okay. Can I pass out now, or is it? Woof. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. It's okay. Well, the Congress is officially opened, lovely people. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for your energy, your attention, and I wish you all good luck on this whole entire week. I would like to thank specifically all the volunteers. Can I have a big hand of applause for all our volunteers that worked really hard to make this a reality, and of course to the organization for doing so as well. Lovely people. My name is Jermaine Berkhout, and I wish you all the best. Have fun and good luck. Thank you. Thank you.